If you want people to take you seriously, treat you with real respect, and see you as someone whose presence actually matters, you need to understand one thing: respect isn't given, it's earned through patterns. And what I'm about to reveal is something I learned only after spending years around top-performing entrepreneurs and building my own success. There's a moment in this story, one specific realization, that completely shifted how people treated me. Stay with me, because when you hear it, something in your life is going to click too. Most people never decide whether they want to be liked or respected. And that silent indecision ruins their confidence without them noticing. That used to be me. I was terrified of disappointing anyone. I didn't want people to think I was boring, strict, or difficult to be around. But here's the part nobody tells you: the more you chase approval, the more invisible you become. And I didn't realize how deeply this was damaging my life until something happened, something I'll tell you about shortly. The moment you put being liked above being respected, you start bending. You avoid speaking up. You tolerate comments you hate. You nod along with things that make your stomach twist. And what you don't see is that every small compromise makes you lose a little more power, until one day, people stop hearing you at all. I learned this the hard way in college. I wasn't into partying, but my friends were. And instead of walking away, I kept showing up, quiet, uncomfortable, pretending to enjoy it just so they wouldn't think I was too serious. But one night, while everyone was drinking and laughing, I had a moment, an internal snap, when I realized something terrifying: I didn't respect myself. And if I didn't respect myself, why would anyone else? That moment changed everything. And once you hear the next part, you'll see exactly why. Respect starts with consistency. Anyone can feel motivated for a week. Anyone can buy gym clothes and start fresh. But what happens afterward? What happens when nobody applauds you? What happens in the quiet moments when skipping feels easier? That is where your reputation is built. If you say you'll be somewhere and cancel last minute, people remember. If you promise to follow up and don't, people take note. Patterns speak louder than personality. Consistency is the secret currency of respect, and here's where the cliffhanger comes in. When people realize they can't rely on you, they don't argue. They simply remove you quietly. Opportunities stop showing up. Conversations shrink. People stop sharing important things with you. You get bypassed, without warning. And by the time you notice, it's already too late. But here's the twist: consistency is also how you can turn everything around. Slowly. Quietly. Unstoppably. Boundaries are another thing people get wrong. Most people only enforce boundaries in silence. They know what they dislike, but they never speak up, never walk away, never protect their energy. But a boundary you don't enforce is a boundary that doesn't exist. I once made a list of traits I refuse to allow into my life anymore. Disrespect, manipulation, laziness, constant negativity. Then I made a second list: the kind of people I wanted to attract. Driven. Focused. Disciplined. Ambitious. The twist? I wasn't any of those things yet. And here's the cliffhanger moment that might hit you hard. If you want high-level people in your life, you must become the version of yourself they would naturally respect. At that time, I wasn't consistent, I wasn't disciplined, and I wasn't clear about my goals. So I spent months building myself into the kind of person I would admire. By the time I met the person I wanted to connect with, I was ready. I wasn't pretending. I wasn't out of place. I had become the kind of person she would actually want to be around. Here's the part most people never expect: enforcing boundaries is painful. Especially when the person crossing them is someone you once cared about deeply. But every time I removed someone who drained me, I noticed something shocking: my life always got better. Never worse. It was almost eerie how fast things improved. Now here's where the respect jumps to the next level: mastery. You don't need to be great at everything. You only need to be undeniably great at something. One thing. People respect results long before they respect personality. The moment your presence improves the environment around you, people pay attention. The moment your work produces real outcomes, people listen. The moment you can point and say, "This happened because I showed up," respect becomes automatic. But here's the cliffhanger that hurts the most. If your environment doesn't improve when you arrive, you won't be respected when you leave. And here's the final truth that pulls everything together. Your actions will always shout louder than people's opinions about you. People will underestimate you. They'll assume you got lucky. They'll say you're in someone's shadow. They may never give you the recognition you deserve. But none of that controls your destiny unless you let it. You know your effort. You know how hard you work when nobody sees. You know the sacrifices you're making in silence. Respect from others is unpredictable. But self-respect is your responsibility. Don't complain about who doesn't respect you. Don't argue. Don't demand it. Become so disciplined, so consistent, so skilled that people have no choice but to notice. Let your results speak. Let your presence speak. Let your progress speak. Because here's the real plot twist. Respect is not something you ask for. It's something you become. And if you want to unlock the next level, how to use your voice and communication to instantly change the way people respond to you, watch the next video. That's where everything connects.